Hi everybody, it's me Christina. If I look rough, it's because I feel rough. Last night I went over to my parents. They're on a trip, and well, my little sister and I decided to get in their hot tub because my little sister still lives there. And we were in the hot tub, and our neighbors behind us were lighting off fireworks. Well, my sister's dog is he barks a lot. And I don't think that they knew we were out there, but I'm just sitting there watching the fireworks, and all of a sudden, I see one come in my dog's direction and literally misses hitting him by like inches. And they had deliberately set off one of the fireworks. So me and my sister jump out, and we're like, we just saw, what are you doing? Did you really just light a firework at our dog? And they chose to ignore me, and I was, which probably didn't help the situation, but I was like, I'm sorry, did you really just light a firework off at my dog? And one person in the back, there was like a group of like 6 kids. One of them wasn't a kid though. You could tell he was in his 20s. But everybody else was teenager age. So, one of the girls was like, well, it was because, he was barking. And I was like, that doesn't make it okay for you to light fireworks off. And then, one of the guys there was, of course, I'm walking away because I'm mad. I'm like, do it again and I will call the cops. And, he decides to get mouthy and he decides to say something. And I was like, and this isn't my first run-in with these idiots. Like, they're not good kids. The cops know all about them. Like, so, he mumbles something. And, I was like, what? What do you have to say? What? And then, all he does is call me names. He's like, oh, you're fat. Okay, and then, I'm like, oh, is that supposed to hurt my feelings? Because that's, like, on the insult level, that's, like, down here. And then he goes, well, you're just a prostitute. You're a $5 prostitute. And I find that funny. So I tell him, I must be the best dang $5 prostitute because my husband makes $60,000 a year and I don't have a job. And he's like, you want to fight? Come over here and we'll fight. And I'm like, okay. It's like, first off, you shouldn't even have been in the conversation because you were not lighting the fireworks. So I was obviously not talking to you, but you want to fight. Okay, I'm like, well, if you're so big and bad, and I know I shouldn't have egged it on, but I was like, well, if you're so big and bad, then you come over here. Why should I have to come to you? You're the one wanting to fight me. And, so finally, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna call the cops, because at this point, it's escalating, so I'm walking away. He goes, yeah, you walk away with your fat butt. I was like, you think you're hurting me with this? You're not. Trust me, I've been called fat my entire life, even when I wasn't. You're not hurting me. And, well, I called the cops. And, I'm not the biggest fan of cops. I think they're needed. I've just had a couple bad experiences with them. But, that's besides the point. Well, they sent 2 over, and, he's like, okay, so what happened? I'm like, well, we were back there out in our hot tub, just chilling, hanging out, talking, and, they're lighting off fireworks, and I was actually watching it, because I thought it was pretty, and then I see one go towards my dog, and he's like, was it on purpose? Was it on accident? It was like, they did it on purpose, because he was barking at them every once in a while, but he would, like, run and bark after a big one, and then go way back down, and then run and bark. And he did it twice. He didn't actually, it wasn't like the whole time we were out there. And then, well, he was like, okay, I wish I knew their names. So I'm going to change the name just for the story. I'm like, oh yeah, they're Brittany's kids. And he goes, Brittany, who works at Walmart's kids? I'm like, so you know them? And he's like, yeah, unfortunately I know them very well. And I was like, okay, well, what can we do? He was like, well, we could go back there and say something, but there's always retaliation. Yes, I know. And I don't want them to retaliate because my sister's there. And then another cop shows up, and we fill him in on what's going on. And he goes, well, we could just go back there and tell them to stop. We could wait 10 minutes. Can I see the lights from here? I'm like, unfortunately, yes. So, yeah, that was my night. And then the cops said, oh, we'll just double patrol. So, nothing happened for them shooting at my dog. So, yeah, that's my fun story. I'll tell you guys more later.